Hello friends, once again I am here to help you with your writing basics. This time, world building. World building. How many other hobbies or careers involve creating an entire world all your own? Not many. There's nothing quite like setting out to create your fictional world. Drawing maps, deciding what civilizations live where, throwing in crazy kinds of solar systems and vegetation if you're really going all out. It can be a ton of fun. However, one of the writer's most exciting tasks is also one of the most intimidating. On one hand, you get to build your own world. On the other hand, you have to build your own whole entire world? Where do you even start with that? Well, you can start right here. Today, I'm going to walk you through some basic pointers to help get your world up and running. Right off the bat, you should be aware that there are two different kinds of world building when you hear that term brought up. There's the large-scale fantasy world building, which I'm going to be talking about today as I'm most familiar with it. And there's also world building that goes into other story genres. Every writer is going to do some level of world building. Whether they're painting a verbal picture of the lake that their character goes to get some peace of mind, pulling their reader into an important event and making them feel like they're actually in attendance, or creating a whole new planet for their space pirate to fly to. When you have a massive task ahead of you, I find that it's always best to start by breaking it down. So let's take a look at the top 6 features that you're going to be focusing on when building your world. Who lives in your world? Most likely, there's a wide variety of species and races. Or alternately, you could decide on a world where every creature is exactly alike. It is, of course, your world. Do the creatures of your planet have different cultures, or are they homogeneous? It's easier to start with your main character or characters and work outwards from there. What is their species and race, and what does their culture look like? For each species in your world, jot down the following: species name, racial names, physical description, language, cultural notes, and special abilities. What social structures exist in your society? Again, start with your main characters and work out from there. For each species within your world, you're going to have to determine how they manage their society. What beliefs do they have? Are they religious or more philosophical? Is there a divide between the two? What do their political structures look like? How strict are their laws? Are there any laws? You'll want to consider trade and economy as well. Do they have a money system or a barter system? You may not need to go too in-depth with every single species in your world, but you'll want a basic note or two about each just in case it comes up in your writing. And honestly, you just don't want to be too on the fly with these, because if you just throw it in there as you're writing, you could cause plot holes, you could have systems differ as you move on through the book, and it's just messy. So for each species in your world, decide at least 1 point on the following: religion, philosophies, politics and laws, and economy. Where does your species exist? Finally, we get to the physical world of your world building. What is the geography like? The biomes? Is your world bountiful with resources? Or is it a dying planet with species in desperate search for new sustenance? For some writers, they will take years fleshing out the where of their world, including the cosmos surrounding it. I have a friend who's doing this with their D&D game, and I'm just blown away by it. For others, like me, a map with basic locations of the story and, a note on their climate will suffice. It's up to you how in-depth you would like to go. At the very least, you should outline 1 or 2 notes about the following. Solar system. Does your world exist near ours? Is it ours? Is it completely fabricated? Geography. This one can be split per species or clan or city. Forest elves live in the woods, nymphs live near the sea, etc., etc. Third one is biomes, which would be split up by region of your world. And finally, resources, which would likely be split by species and region. And honestly, these can help form so much of your story that you might not have even thought of when you first came up with the plot. Like, for myself, even just saying that out again, I think, oh yeah, resources. Are any of my characters at war over those? It's just a really great exercise for writing. When did the events of your story occur? The story you're telling may be the main focus of your book, but what happened to lead up to it? What has not only your main character and their immediate family and friends been through, but what has your character's species been through? What has their world been through that's causing this story to occur? Even if the events of the world do not impact your story much, they will have had at least some level of ripple effect on your character's day-to-day. Was this civilization a warring one, and the story takes place in a broken society? Or is this a thriving society that's reached its peak in enterprise? For each region in your world, establish the following: founding events, defining events, recent events, and, if relevant, future events. Why do the species in your world behave the way they do? The why of your story will tie in with many of our previous topics, but it gets more to the point in a way that can directly be applied to your story and characters. Why are things happening as they are today? What evolution did this society go through? Do they share common goals now? Or are your characters going against the grain of their people and their society? What conflicts exist in the world, and is your main character involved in those conflicts? Or are they attempting to avoid involvement? A few pertinent notes to make on each species would be social evolution, societal goals, and societal conflicts. How do the species in your world solve problems? In the category of who, you will have outlined your main character's abilities. These could be magical or technological, or maybe they're super strong or super smart. Now you can get deeper into the magical or technological systems of your world. Again, start with your main characters and work outwards. Is everyone magical? Do different species and races have different abilities? Is there a human or human-related race? And at what point are they at with their technology? Figure out the following points for each species and race if applicable: magical abilities, technological advancements, scientific knowledge, and militaristic power. An author with a strong command of the world they are writing will have at their fingertips an endless landscape of possibility. Look to authors such as J.R.R. Tolkien or George R.R. Martin, all the RRs, and you'll see that it's no wonder their works are so successful. They perfectly encapsulate what fantasy readers are looking for in a novel, which is escapism. The worlds don't need to be pretty, they need to be fully formed, realistic in their mysticism. World building can seem like a lot of work, and it is, but do it bit by bit and try to keep it fun. Don't sit down in one day expecting to create your whole world. It'll take time, but that time will be well spent in the end. And that's our chat for today. I hope that it's been a helpful one, and if you're looking for similar educational videos, I'll be linking the playlist this video is a part of somewhere on the screen up here or up here. You'll see it. Thanks as always for stopping by. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you actually get notified when I post new videos, and comment to let me know what you thought of this video. What is your world building technique? And what is the strangest inspiration you've ever had for building a world? I would love to hear about it. Until then, do remember to join me right here on YouTube for writing sprints tomorrow, February 12th, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. And for sprints during the week, hop on my Discord server, which I've linked in the description below. And last but not least, I hope that you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye! Hello. What you doing? You up? You awake? No. This isn't for you. What you doing? Say hello. This is Scotch.
the necklace and putting it on. It goes here, you see?